Hey folks, good afternoon. Let's do this. Another installment of the Red Book of Magic. We are going to finish the rune spells today. W. Warding. Same as regular one, right? Except that this warding does not say it's a ritual enchantment. It just says it's a ritual. It also says that they both say stackable, but this one does not say up to 4, but this one does say up to 4. And neither of them say the duration is special, which it is. So, okay. Enough of that. Okay, so the ritual creates an area of safety. There are 4 wands that you enchant. That's why it's an enchantment ritual. And they must be placed in a roughly rectangular area that defines this boundary of up to 100 meters. Typically 10 by 10. Okay. Extends for 3 meters above the rods and as far into the ground as the rods go down. So if you've got a 6-foot rod and you cut it 3 feet into the ground. Okay, so the stakes don't need to be visible. So even if it's a 1-foot stake and you pound it all the way into the ground, you're going to have a problem digging it up, though. Okay, so the spell, creates this barrier connecting the 4 wands. They can all be detected by magic. And again, any physical or spiritual enemy to the caster that crosses the barrier, there's this loud noise, right? Which can be suppressed by the caster. Okay, for each point of warding, stacked up to 4. So it says 4 in the spell, but not in the heading. Counts as 1 point of counter magic, 2 points of spirit screen, and does the 1d3 damage in only armor to 1 hit location on corporeal enemies that are unwise enough to cross the barrier. Okay, that's pretty standard. We've got that from a couple of other spells, right? Same sort of thing, right? But we go on here that each stacked point of warding increases the area protected by 100 meters. So not only does stacking increase the severity of the spell, it also increases the radius of the spell. Do you really want to have a stack up to 4, right? So you're doing 43 points of damage or something, or you got 8 points of spirit screen, right? Or 4 points of counter magic. You want that protection up. You really want it to be 400 square meters. I don't think so. I think it should be an or. So it should actually be tied back to instead of separating the paragraph at, it should connect the paragraph and say or increase the area. So each point of warding increases the area protected by another 100 square meters, or it counts as additional 1 point. Yeah, I don't know. My wording isn't good either, but I do have this concern. It allows both increase and distance. I don't know. Okay. The spell stays in effect until the wands are removed, hence special duration, right? If anyone but the caster tries to mess with the rods, they take the effect of the spell. But then afterwards, they can go ahead and pull them up. Okay. Warrior Stone. This is kind of cool. It animates a specially prepared statue of stone and metal. I think it should be stone or metal. And we'll get to why later on. Okay, so it does this by putting an earth elemental spirit into it. That is cool. Okay. I just noticed this. It says it's a 2-point spell, right? But it says 1 point permits a small elemental, 2 permits a medium, and 3 permits a large. So I'm going to have to circle this 2 and put a question mark. Okay. The statue itself could be no more than size 20. Okay, I get that. But get this, it must be perfectly formed, and you usually do that by using shape metal or mold rock. If it's both stone and metal, then you need to do both shape metal and mold rock, because it's got to be perfectly formed, right? Yeah, that's why I think it's an or. Okay, so the statue gets 1d6 dexterity. Yeah, that's a high coordination there, right? The strength is equal to that of the earth elemental. The constitution equals the earth elemental's hit points. The statue's armor equals the size. If you build a size 20 warrior of stone, it's going to have an armor value of 20. That is tough. Okay, intelligence power is same as the elemental, and the statue, once the elemental's spirit's in it, is going to act like a normal earth elemental, unless you do control earth elemental of the appropriate size. Okay, what did I miss? Okay, it has a base attack chance of 5%, plus its attack bonus, but we don't have attack bonuses. It's a manipulation modifier. Manipulation. Oh. Manipulation. Okay, and the only damage it does is damage bonus, which is based upon size and strength, right? So if it doesn't have a damage bonus, then it doesn't do any damage at all when it hits you. And it has a movement of 3. Got it. I think that's the same as Earth Elementals are normally, so that's cool. Okay. Waste loins. Overcome the target's power, they become impotent. They can no longer bear children. Or they're sterile. Barren, etc. Okay. Oh. Both of these have been new spells. Water Spout, also a new spell. Creates a water spout. And for each point stacked, it has a height of 3 meters and a diameter of 1 meter. Targets that are more than a meter below the water aren't affected. But when on the surface is caught in the spout, takes 1d6 damage to its total, not general, hit points per stacked point. So 1 point spells do d6, 2 point spells do 2d6, 3d6, 4d6. Again, no limitation. So we could do 9d6 with this thing if we wanted. But we can't protect 9d6 on warding. I don't know. Okay. Okay, again, only the thinnest armor protects against the damage to your total hit points. Okay, now, if it affects a ship, right? The spout hits a ship, the damage that you roll is applied to the ship's hull quality, which acts as armor. Anything that's over that goes into the ship's structural points, like its hit points, right? But that happens every round that the spout is in touch with the ship. Okay. Now, it says you can combine Water Spout with Whirlpool, which is a spell later on. And why it says combine and not stacked, I'm not sure, but that's what I'm talking about, this combine thing. I guess you could cast either before or after, rather than doing them all together, maybe? I don't know. But if you do both, then the target gets trapped, because Whirlpool traps things, right? And so it takes damage every single round, every single round, every single round until it's gone. Water Walk allows the target to walk on the surface of the water as if it were solid ground, and vice versa. So a fish can swim through solid ground as if it was water. That's cool. Gives a new meaning to land shark. Okay, webbing hurls a mass of these silvery strands to a target area, 3 square meters. Right, that's decently sized. And everybody within that zone, they can dodge to get out of the way, but if they don't, they're hit with it, and they become stuck until they can overcome the web strength, which is 40. Now, if multiple victims are caught, they can combine their strength together, so it's actually kind of good to be huddled together for this thing. And if anybody walks across that area that's got this webbing on it, it acts as strength 20 against their feet. Yeah, their feet are held fast unless they can break through the strength 20 as they try to walk by. Okay, Whirlpool, new spell, ties up to Water Spout, right? Okay, it's a Whirlpool, so this is in the water. It's 1 meter in diameter, 3 meters deep, strength of 1d6. Each additional point stacked adds a meter to the diameter and 3 meters to the depth, and 1d6 strength. I can almost see that, but again, I have this confliction, a GM concern about area and strength of spells with stacking. And if we get both, then it should be both for all of them. None of this or stuff. It should all be and, in my opinion. Or all or. Okay. So if you're flying above the surface, it doesn't do anything to you. But if you are caught in the whirlpool, you must overcome the whirlpool's strength with your own, which is 1d6 per stack point, or you get sucked under. If you're caught in a whirlpool, the only thing you can do is attempt to escape. Now, it says here that non-aquatic beings caught in the pool must succeed in a swim roll before they can attempt to overcome the whirlpool's strength and escape. Why are aquatic beings not required to do a swim roll? They've got the swim skill. It's probably 100%, but still. Anybody caught in ship, it's just that aquatic beings have huge swim skills. Okay. If a ship is caught in the whirlpool, the captain of the ship can make a ship handling skill each round. If he's successful, then he can match the ship's seaworthiness versus the whirlpool strength in order to escape. That's how ships work with it. But each round he fails, the ship takes a d6 damage to its seaworthiness. And ships, etc., are discussed in weapons and equipment. Okay, wind walking, new spell. Oh, that's me. Okay. I'm hearing strange sounds. Okay, allows you to walk on the air. It's over solid ground. Commonly cast on riding animals. I'm guessing it's some kind of what's an air? Some kind of Paxian thing. But anyway, the speed through the air is equal to normal walking or riding speed, right? Plus, you get an additional point of movement for every 4 points of wind strength stacked. That's not wind strength. It's wind strength. But what is the wind strength? Okay, maybe I got confused there. Okay, so for every 4 points of wind strength, whatever that is, because we don't have a reference to anything on what wind strength is. I do remember them talking about wind strength in places because it affects arrows and stuff, right? Every 4 points, I have no idea how high wind strength goes either. You got a minus, if you're going with the wind, you get a +1 movement. If you're going against the wind, -1 movement. Okay, now that all makes sense. Okay, the target can climb or dive at 1/3 normal speed. That's kind of cool. Okay, wind warp, old spell. Changes the wind direction by 30 degrees. Caster's choice on which direction, right? Over a 100-meter radius around the caster. Each additional point, each stacked point, either adds 30 degrees, so go from 30 to 60, or it increases the radius from 100 meters to 200 meters. This spell doubles the effect of wind on missile weapons. I should have dug that up and had it referenced in here, or at least put a page number of where that is, right? Okay. When the spell ends, the wind hesitates motionless for a moment and then abruptly returns to its former direction. Okay, wind words, old spell. Caster causes the wind to bring conversations to their ears as if they were standing next to the person talking. Within range, they can choose which conversation they're trying to listen to, but only one at a time. Okay. Wither, new spell. This is kind of hefty. You overcome the target's power, you roll for a random hit location, right? That location withers and becomes permanently deformed and useless. It has 0 hit points in that location, but it doesn't affect the total hit points. If it's a vital area, head, chest, abdomen, you die. A withered limb cannot be healed. However, it can be amputated and then regrow limb can be cast. Or similar restoration spells. Okay. 3 wolf spells. Wolf hide. All these are new. Can only be cast on a Telmori initiate, but they sprout fur and a tail. Only magic, fire, iron, or pure, and these are my quotations because it's not in the book, pure rune metals. What is a pure rune metal? Does that mean unenchanted? Because we know that enchanted iron is called steel. Somewhere it's written in there, right? Only those things can penetrate target's fur. Isn't bronze the air rune metal? Isn't that pure? Yeah, I'm not sure what they mean by this pure thing. Maybe they mean enchanted rune metals, because you generally can't enchant bronze, which gets the bronze out of the question. But we do reference unenchanted silver in other places. But unenchanted silver you can't really hurt with unless you're like using a sling stone. because enchanted silver's is enchanted silver soft? Gold is soft. Maybe silver's not. Maybe I'm getting confused. But I have a question here. Do they really mean enchanted rune metals? But there's also something about unenchanted silver. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. And then it goes on talking about, okay, if you have an ordinary bronze sword with a blade sharp 3, you only do 3 points of damage. Got it. Only the 3 points can try to get through the fur. So if his fur stops more than 3 points, you're in trouble. Okay. If the whole blade was enchanted with a spell like True Sword or Fire Blade, all of that damage rolled, you do not get a damage bonus. Not exactly sure why. Because if the sword's getting through the fur, the harder you can hit, the harder it should go. Although we know that Fire Blade by definition doesn't have damage bonus either. But yeah, right, okay. Enough said. Okay. Poison still affects the target if the skin is penetrated, and the target still needs to breathe, so you can still suffocate it. This spell cannot be cast on Water Day or Play Day, which are the dying and the black moon phases. Because on the black moon phases, what happens to a Telmori anyway? They have to change. Yeah, not sure what's going on there. Okay, wolf running. Again, only on Telmori initiate. Turns their arms and legs into wolf legs, so they can run on all fours. Increases their move quietly and agility skills to include dodge. Well, I have to say that. I don't know, because dodge is by definition an agility skill. By plus 40. Their movement becomes 20. The doggy paws can't hold on to weapons. It does also half their manipulation skills. So if you're attempting to use a manipulation skill, it's at half that percentage. Okay, again, cannot be cast on Water Day or Clay Day. See above. Okay, Wolf's Head. Again, only until Moray initiate. Head turns into a wolf. It gets an extra attack of bite. How about new attack of bite. I would just say they get the bite attack. Okay, it's that their skill is Dex times 5. Can be improved with experience. Does a D8 damage plus their damage bonus. They can bite each round, as well as attack and parry or dodge. Though the bite must take place 3 strike ranks apart from any other attack. There's that different sort of verbiage on this 3 strike ranks deal. Either 3 strikes before regular attack or 3 strike ranks after regular attack. Personally, I would say the 3 strike would have to be after. It's got a strike rank of 3. That's what I would say. It has a strike rank of 3. So if you attack on 6, 9. If you're going to bite first, 3 plus 6 is 9. That kind of thing. And that's it. We are done. Happy Damon. Oh, I will continue on the Spirit Magic.